Before we get into each rule, let's talk about what's actually happening when an elevator falls. Because most people have no idea, and that ignorance is exactly what kills you. Modern elevators are honestly one of the safest machines ever built. They have multiple redundant cable systems, electromagnetic brakes, and buffer systems at the bottom of the shaft. A free fall from a snapped cable the way you see in movies, almost impossible. But almost is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. So let's break down every single rule, the science behind it, why your instincts will fight you on it, and exactly what to do. Rule number 1, never jump. Here's the myth you've probably heard your whole life. Just jump right before the elevator hits the ground and you'll be fine. It sounds logical, it feels logical. It is completely catastrophically wrong. Here's the physics. The average human can jump maybe 1 to 2 feet off the ground. An elevator in free fall can reach speeds of over 30 miles per hour or roughly 50 kilometers per hour. Even if you somehow timed that jump perfectly, which is humanly impossible, you'd reduce your impact speed by maybe 5 miles per hour. You'd still hit the ground at 25 plus mph. And timing it? Forget it. You're in free fall. There's no visual reference through those metal walls. You have zero ability to judge when impact is coming. You will either jump too early and be in midair when you crash, or jump too late and not even get off the ground. But here's the real killer. Standing up to jump means your legs become compression columns. When that elevator stops and your body doesn't, those forces travel straight up through your ankles, your knees, your hips, and into your spine. We're talking about forces that can shatter bone in milliseconds. The myth of jumping feels right, but the physics says it's a death wish, which brings us to what you should actually do instead. Rule number 2, get on the floor. The moment you realize the elevator is in free fall, drop. Immediately, get flat on the floor. This is the single most counterintuitive thing your brain will fight you on. Every survival instinct tells you to stand up, brace, be ready to act. Your body wants to face the threat. Lying down feels like giving up. But here's what's actually happening. When you lie flat, you distribute the impact across the largest possible surface area of your body. Instead of all those G-forces slamming through 2 feet and 2 legs, you spread them across your entire back, shoulders, hips, and thighs. Think of it like the difference between landing on a bed versus landing on 2 stilts. Same force, completely different outcome. The bed distributes it, the stilts concentrate it. There's also the ceiling problem. When that elevator hits and stops, anything and anyone standing inside is going to become a projectile. You'll continue moving at full speed until something stops you. That something is the ceiling. Flat on the floor means you're not the projectile. You stay low, you stay alive. Get on the floor immediately, no hesitation. That leads us to rule 3, what to do once you're down there. Rule number 3, protect your spine. Okay, you're on the floor, good, but how you're on the floor matters enormously. Lie face up, put your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers like you're doing a crunch at the gym. Bring your elbows slightly forward to protect your temples. Bend your knees slightly and keep your feet flat. Why face up and not face down? Because face down, your nose and face absorb the impact on a hard floor, and worse, your spine gets no protection. Your hands behind your head are acting as shock absorbers for the most vulnerable part of your body, the base of your skull and the top of your cervical spine. The slightly bent knees are doing something critical. They're creating a small amount of flex in your legs, which means when impact hits, your legs are preloaded like springs. They absorb a fraction of the force before it transfers to your lower back. Every trauma surgeon knows that spinal cord injuries are what turn survivable accidents into permanent disabilities. Your brain can heal, your spine cannot repair itself. Protecting it with your hands in those final seconds isn't just recommended, it's the difference between walking out or being carried out. You're in position. Now here's a mistake many people make even while doing everything else right. Rule 4, stay away from the doors. Instinct number 2 that will try to kill you. When something goes wrong in an enclosed space, you want to get to the exit. The doors feel like escape, they feel like safety. They are the most dangerous place in that elevator. Here's why. Elevator shafts aren't smooth. There are guide rails, counterweights, door sill brackets, and mechanical components running the entire length of the shaft. If an elevator is in an uncontrolled fall, there's a chance the car twists or shifts. The door frames are where the structural stress concentrates. More importantly, think about what happens on impact. The doors are the thinnest, most mechanically complex part of the elevator cab. They are held together by brackets and rollers, not solid walls. When that car crumples, the doors are the first thing to buckle, warp, or collapse inward. If you're lying near the doors, you're in the crush zone. Position yourself flat in the center of the elevator floor, away from all walls but especially away from the doors. The center of the cab is the strongest structural point. It's where the floor is least likely to deform. In a crash, an inch in the wrong direction is the difference between a bruise and a crush injury. You've done 4 things right: your body is positioned, you're in the safest zone, your spine is protected. There's one final rule, and this one starts the moment the fall begins, not when it ends. Rule number 5, control your breathing. This is the rule nobody talks about, and it might be the most important one. The moment you realize you're in a falling elevator, your brain's amygdala, the panic center, fires like a bomb going off. Adrenaline floods your system, your heart rate skyrockets, your vision tunnels, your muscles tense up completely. And muscle tension is a survival tool, but in this specific situation, rigid muscles actually transfer force more efficiently to your bones and organs. A tense body in a high-impact crash breaks faster than a slightly relaxed one. Think of it like a drunk driver walking away from a crash that kills a sober passenger, because the drunk body doesn't brace, it absorbs. Controlled breathing is how you override the panic response and keep your muscles from locking up. The technique is simple. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 2, breathe out for 4, repeat. This does 3 things. 1, it keeps oxygen moving through your body and brain so you can think clearly. 2, it prevents hyperventilation, which causes dizziness and blackouts. 3, it keeps your core muscles at the right level of engagement, active but not clenched. And here's the thing, breathing also gives your brain a task. When your mind has a job to focus on, it can't spiral into full panic. You stay present, you stay in control, you stay alive. 4 counts in, 2 hold, 4 counts out. Do it now while you're watching this so your body already knows how when it counts. Let's bring it all together, because in a real emergency you won't have time to think, only react. So burn these into your memory right now. Rule 1, never jump. Your instincts will scream at you to do it, don't. Rule 2, get on the floor, immediately, spread that impact, you are not a projectile. Rule 3, protect your spine, hands behind your head, knees slightly bent, face up. Rule 4, stay away from the doors, the center of the floor is your safest zone. Rule 5, control your breathing, 4 in, 2 hold, 4 out, stay calm, stay in control. Now here's the good news. The chance of you ever needing these rules is astronomically small. Modern elevators have safety systems stacked on top of safety systems, but knowledge is a tool and tools don't weigh anything. You carry them for free. But what about scenarios you haven't thought about? What do you do if you're trapped in an elevator that just stops, no fall, no crash, just stuck? Or what if there's a fire in the building and the elevators are the only option? Those are in the next video. And trust me, what you find out about elevator fires alone is going to change how you think about high-rise buildings forever. If this video gave you something, a fact you didn't know, a rule that surprised you, share it with one person. That's all it takes. One share, one life that knows what to do. Subscribe, stay curious, and stay alive.